We're live right now. We've actually got 6 amazing cruises and a fabulous hot pick as well. And I'm joined by a great friend of mine, the wonderful Keith Maynard is here. I see you, Keith.
Sean, it's brilliant. I'm so happy to get on the phone with you. You know, it's like we're star-crossed lovers. We keep on missing each other.
I don't like that.
Ships that pass in the night.
I have to say that I do love the new 80s look. Yeah, I do love the new 80s look.
I'm going back to that kind of June feel. You remember the film June? You know, Baron Harkonian.
I think it's more Spandau Ballet. But anyway,
do you? I appreciate that.
But Keith, viewers that don't know, you worked on cruise ships for many years, didn't you?
I did. That's right. 12 years. My last ship was the Queen Mary 2, the last remaining ocean liner.
And we've got some amazing cruises, including one on the Queen Mary 2 today, haven't we?
We do. In fact, the Queen Mary 2 is brilliant because it goes over to Cape Town. It's a part of the world cruise. It's going to be an absolutely amazing time in Wavis Bay in Namibia, which is a really rare port. And then we've got a chance to go out to see the Terracotta Warriors and the Great Wall of China. I mean, have you ever walked the Great Wall of China?
No, but I'd love to.
It takes a while, but it's fantastic. It really, really is.
We've got an amazing top seller from Costa, under £520.
We do.
From
it's
Venice.
Brilliant. And then we've got a real bargain, haven't we? Which we're going to start with.
Well, I think we should start straight away, don't you? Because we have got island cruises to gift the show, which is all-inclusive. Just to remind you, by the way, it has been Cruise Week, which comes to a finish today. So if you book a cruise right now, there are no credit card charges, are they?
That's right. So it could save you anything from like £12 up to about, well, £80, £90 today. So that's brilliant. Yeah,
so we definitely would encourage you to book tonight. The phone lines open till 10 o'clock, and our cruise consultants, very experienced, they're waiting to take your call right now. But we're going to start off with an absolute cracker. Island cruises are back by popular demand. And you got a little taste of the details there. This is 2 weeks for under £950, and it's a cruise and stay, but it's all-inclusive, isn't it?
It is, it's all-inclusive, both the hotel stay and also the time on board the ship.
So that's all of our food, all of our drinks?
Absolutely, so you don't have to worry about anything at all. You're just going to be able to sit there, watch the sunset, drinking cocktails that are already paid for, enjoying all your food and entertainment already paid for.
I'm excited already, and you can get an outside for £949. Now, let's take a word. You were saying, Keith, that the great thing with Island Cruises, it's a real kind of relaxed atmosphere,
Very, very laid back, very relaxed. Again, we always say this, you know, if you're one of these people that has always been frightened of taking a cruise because you think it's too formal, because you think it's all about dressing up, because you think it's a bit stuffy and pompous, this will blow your mind. Very relaxed. It's a real party ship, the Island Escape. It's part of a Thompson fleet, part of their family, but it's different and unique in its own way. Again, great chance for you to go and eat whenever you want. You don't have to eat at set times.
But you can work it off in the gym.
You can work at the gym, or you can go and join in with loads of fun stuff on deck. A lot of stuff happens on deck on this ship. It's got a lot of deck space. You used to spend a lot of time in Brazil. Great British-style entertainment, and it's a very British ship. It's a wonderful feel. The captain you'll often see wandering around, talking to you, taking part in events like getting wet and jumping in the pool. You know, it's a really good, fun event. And again, the deck party and entertainment takes place all over the ship, not just in the theatre.
And remember, everything is included, so that's all of your food, all of your drinks, and tips included as well.
Tips are included as well, which is great. I mean, because again, that's part of a Thompson promise. And the great thing about that is that the crew serve you so well, and they're not doing it because they want a tip, because you've already paid the tips. They're doing it because they really want to give you the best service, the best experience possible.
And you're getting a 7-night cruise and a 7-night all-inclusive stay as well. So, without further ado, let's show you where you're going to be cruising to. And we started off with a flight from Bournemouth, but actually, we'll show you later. We can give you flights from virtually any airport in the UK.
Yeah, so many choices with Thompson. It's one of the real bonuses having their own fleet of aeroplanes. Right, so you're going to get on board that wonderful ship, the Island Escape. You've got a day at sea to enjoy all those free drinks, those free cocktails, the free food, the free entertainment.
I'm there already, Keith.
I know, we're there, you and me, in our suite, Sean. And then we hit the first port, Olbia. This is your gateway to Sardinia. This is a wonderful island full of Bronze Age monuments, full of cork forests and pink flamingos, and some of the best beaches in the whole of the Mediterranean. It's the best kept secret that these beaches will blow anything else out of the water. Incredible chance to see this beautiful island. I love Sardinia. Okay, we're then heading off to Rome. The port is Civitavecchia. It's a couple of hours to get into the Eternal City. This city is a corker. There is so much to see and do. If you are going to eat, stand up, don't sit down. Sounds weird, but you get half price. If you sit down, you get charged as a tourist. The best thing about this whole wonderful city is the amount of monuments. You can walk through the ancient Roman Forum, walking in the footsteps of Julius Caesar. You can stand in the middle of the Colosseum and imagine the gladiators baying for the blood with a thumb up or the thumb down. You can, go to the places like the Trevi Fountain. You can go and enjoy the Vatican, see if you can say hello to the Pope, the wonderful Sistine Chapel, that masterpiece that sits just hovering above you. that you just can't even imagine how it was done.
I mean, honestly, there is no other place like Rome.
There really is. And there's always something to do. And if you've either been 2 or 3 times, get in touch. You can email us. I'll happily give you other things you can do. There is always things to do in this city.
And then Naples, Keith?
Yeah, Naples, the most red-blooded city in Italy. This is southern Italy. This is great. This is closer to the African coast. This is full of passion. The whole city centre is actually an UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's protected. It's dripping with ancient culture. It's dripping with churches and cathedrals and museums full of stuff from Pompeii and Herculaneum. And it's a forest of skew-whiff TV aerials and balconies that lean in and almost kiss and kind of whisper conspiratorially. It's a beautiful place. It's also your gateway to go through to places such as Pompeii, Herculaneum, to go to the jet-set island of Capri, or to go up the Amalfi Coast with the orange and lemon blossom. Then we're heading off to Calvi, and there's no better way to arrive in Calvi than by cruise ship, which you're going to do. Be out on deck. It's an iconic harbour with a massive citadel that towers over you, the Monte Cinto, a 15th century outpost that kind of overlooks the whole town. It's full of offbeat French legionnaires, so, you know, if you like a man in or out of uniform, this is the place for you, Sean. And you've got lots of great, beautiful yachts, and the super rich just enjoying the whole area as well, and lots of boutiques to go and shopping in. Mahon is next. Now, we were chatting about Mahon, weren't we, Sean, beforehand? A beautiful rural island featuring these rolling fields, these wooded ravines and these humpy hills, famous for sandy shores. Now, the great thing about Mahon is that it's full of little coves. You know, if you rent a car and you explore Mahon, you can find a little beach all to yourself. It's incredible like that. The sailing's really, really special. And when you have actually arrived, you know, you can then go down this long waterfront where there's a load of great restaurants. You can sip some of the local wine, enjoy some of the food, or head over to Fornells, where you might even catch King Juan Carlos of Spain tucking into some of the renowned lobster. Then we're going through to Parma.
Now, I only made a comment about food there because Keith likes his food, but I withheld. You noticed, Keith?
I know you did.
I did. I'm being good today. I'm on best behaviour. But we're then going to take you to that all-inclusive hotel in Parma for 7 nights. And again, all-inclusive,
all-inclusive.
So drinks, everything.
Exactly. And again, this is the sister island to Mahon, which you visited the day before. But now you've got 7 days to enjoy this paradise. Again, it's full of long, stretching beaches. It's got the Tramontura Mountains in the centre, which you can go and explore. These wonderful limestone mountains where people like Rick Stein have done famous cookery programmes about the wood-fired lamb that you can experience in this area. You've got the Belvedere Castle, which is 14th century and kind of has echoes of the Knights of the Round Table, if we love our medieval and mystical history. And then you can board the train de Sola and you can go through the interior on this vintage electric train that's been running since the 20s, through these dinky olive groves and past these gorgeous villages, or head over to Formentura, which is the deserted Land's End area with the most picturesque beach you've ever seen. Of course, head into Parma itself, go and get some gamba solioli behind the massive cathedral, this neo-Gothic masterpiece that sits on the waterfront. Look at that, it's an incredible island.
We really wanted to start the show off with this offer. A lot of you have been asking about island cruises. Your price today, if you book right now, is $949, and that's actually for an upgrade as well. You actually get an outside for that, so you get all of that lovely
room with a view.
Yeah.
And what views to see? I mean, that's an incredible itinerary, Sean.
I can't believe the price, can you?
I can't. Not for that. Not for all-inclusive.
And remember, so much to do on board the ship, of course. Great food. And, you know, one of the things I do love about cruise holidays, the food is always at such a great standard. What's the entertainment like?
Entertainment's great because it's, you know, it's kind of British West End style entertainment. Really good shows. You'll get a lot of shows on there, all singing or dancing shows. You get a lot of game shows and quizzes and light entertainment. And
if you go for the lead date, you won't get that cabin.
No.
You'll actually get this one, won't you?
That's it. You're going to get a room with a view, bigger, more spacious, more luxurious. And look at that lovely... That's not just a porthole. That is a full-on window, that's beautiful.
And, of course, if you do want to go for balcony, just ask our cruise consultant. So that's everything there. The single price is really good. Are you still single, by the way, Keith?
I am. Thanks, Sean, yeah.
Yeah, well, single
That's why I'm wearing this top. I'm hoping to get an 80s chick.
Well, the single special is 1329, based on the lead date there. We mentioned return flights from Bournemouth, plus all your transfers, of course, as well. We'll show you we've got other airports available as well, just at supplements. And you'll get 7 nights in that wonderful hotel as well. All inclusive, of course, and they say the price that at $949. Flight-wise, if you know, as somebody that doesn't live near Bournemouth, well, look, we can actually find a flight from your local airport. Small supplements will apply, but you were saying, Keith, I mean, we can basically get an airport within about 70 miles of most people, can't we?
Where you live around the UK, it's incredible. I mean, look at the choice of different places that you can fly from, and that's the great thing about Thomson having their own fleet. They get you there in real style, and they can do it really conveniently.
That is such a good offer, isn't it? And we know it is going to go quickly. If you'd like to give us a call back, that's a free phone number, don't forget, 0800 781 5458. And the call centre's open a bit late on a Sunday now, isn't it?
Yeah, until 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And again, it has to be today if you want to get that cruise week special, because it's the last day today.
It
so
is,
10 o'clock tonight. Get involved.
Anyway, we'd better move on. We've got 6 full cruises today, by the way, and a hot pick coming up. But our next cruise is on board a ship that you worked on for many years.
Yeah.
I was on the Queen Mary I nearly said for my 70th, for my mum's 70th.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not saying a thing. Behave. We've not worked together for a while. We have to behave. But Keith Saint worked aboard this iconic ship. She's stunning. Let's give you a taster of what life's like on board the Queen Mary 2.
Cunard is synonymous with elegance, luxury and its renowned White Star service, which for years has set the standards that everybody else has been wanting to reach. With over 170 years of experience, they have one of the oldest histories but the youngest fleets, and their 3 beautiful ships are truly as spectacular as the destinations they visit.
Sailing with Cunard, even arriving at dinner is an occasion worth savouring. With menus expertly created by master chefs, all the food is freshly prepared, perfectly seasoned and beautifully served. Whether it's a light and fluffy scone in the Queen's Room, pasta straight from the pan, or a 7-course banquet in the Britannia restaurant.
Cruising with Cunard is always exciting, as you never ever know who you're going to meet. You might spot some familiar faces, including writers, actors, filmmakers, politicians, explorers, scientists, historians, and even the occasional astronaut. And likely as not, it's because they've been invited to entertain you as part of the fabulous Cunard Insights lecture programme. You can relax in the famous Golden Lion pub where draft beers and British classics like fish and chips will make you feel right at home. Later, maybe you'll try cognac in the cigar bar Churchill's or sip some pre-show bubbles. My choice, though, definitely be here in the Commodore Club. Great views, superb live music and the legendary expertise of Cunard's martini mixologists.
With cocktail parties, West End style theatre shows, comedians and musical stars from both sides of the pond. Dance hosts will waltz you around the dance floor in one of the magical themed balls, or you can simply watch a match in the pub.
But my favourite thing is the sheer amount of live music all around the ship, with party bands, jazz bands, full orchestras, pianists and even a harpist. It really is a music lover's heaven.
From comfortable inside staterooms to lavish Queen's Grille duplexes complete with expansive balconies and private butlers, there really is something to suit every taste and budget. But whatever you choose, you're going to enjoy a spacious and luxurious home away from home, full of those little touches that make all the difference. Wrap yourself up in a soft bathrobe, ease into your slippers, order something truly delicious from the free 24-hour room service, and then settle down to a good film. Perfect.
So jealous watching that. I really was.
It's great. It's amazing. It's an amazing ship.
So I was on the ship for Mum's 70th about 4 years ago. And, you know, the standards that you get, the 5-star luxury, is incredible.
Well, she is 5-star. She's the world's last true ocean liner, as you saw there. She's the most iconic, most famous ship in the world, and she just everything you want can happen on that ship. It's a place where dreams are made. You know, I had such a good over a year, about a year and a half working on those entertainment director. Loved it.
Now, love the itinerary on this one. I don't mind long flights, but if there's a long flight, I prefer to get out of the way at the beginning. And with this, you fly over to Cape Town, don't you?
That's right. And then you get that stay in Cape Town before you get on the ship.
Yeah.
It's a really good way.
And then you make your way back to Southampton. But let's start off, because we're in Cape Town. We're there three nights, aren't we?
We are, yeah. Now, of course, Cape Town is probably South Africa's most romantic city, certainly the most visited city. And literally, the city and the national park are one. It's an incredible place, and everybody lives outdoors. This is where you really want to get involved with everything from shark diving to mountain biking, through to just enjoying some of the massive local coastal roads, and of course the home of the iconic Robben Island, where during the apartheid Nelson Mandela was imprisoned. However, we're giving you here, included is this full-day peninsula tour. Now, it's been included in this, and therefore this is a chance for you to drive along the Atlantic coast through Africa's most desirable neighbourhoods. It brings you to Hoot Bay, which is fantastic. Then you can do a short boat trip over to Seal Island, and you can see some of the first seals in natural habitat. And then you get a chance to go back along and see baboons and ostriches and zebra flourish, and numerous different species from these mountain amazing views before you get a chance to go and see the penguin colony on Boulder Beach.
Oh, wow. I never got to do that when I was there.
Yeah, no, and that's all that's part of a tour that we've put in as well. So, you know, it's an amazing opportunity to enjoy it.
I've travelled, you know, across South Africa, but Cape Town, got to be one of the nicest parts.
Incredible place, incredible place. And you get a real chance to explore it in more detail. Great place to eat out, really good value. Then you're getting on board the ship, OK, and then you're getting a chance to go through to Namibia. Now, this is very, very rare. This is in Walvis Bay, and it's literally right on the edge of the Great Namib Desert. And it's a place full of these wonderful moonscapes and these salt flats, which produce 400,000 tonnes of salt every year. It's full of great restaurants, bars and shops, and this huge lagoon, which has a fabulous array of bird life, including pelicans and flamingos even is the word I was looking for. Now, best thing to do is to go out into the Namib Desert on a 4x4 and just go and see some of the old people living there. Go and enjoy and visit a Mondesa township, and they'll open you up into their own home, and you can go in and see how the local townspeople live. I really recommend that, because it's one of the very rare opportunities to see this part of the world in its truest form. But for bird lovers and for walkers, this is brilliant.
Now, then we have got several days at sea, and this is all part of the Cunard experience, isn't it?
This ship was built to be at sea. She's built as a transatlantic liner to go backwards and forwards between New York and Southampton. And this is why it's such a great ship. There's so much to do on board. You'll be listening to great guest speakers. You'll be having great entertainment all the time. And then you get to Gran Canaria. And here you're full of these, well, it's 355 days of sun. So, you know, you're pretty much guaranteed to go there and top up your tan. Great beaches, rugged mountains hiding these pretty whitewashed villages. You've got the Bandama crater, which is 3,000 foot high, one of the few inhabited craters in the world. You've got Las Palmas, where you dock, full of these chic boutiques and tempting tapas bars with breathtaking architecture. You can even go and see the Christopher Columbus Museum, which I really would recommend. Head out to the sand dunes of Maspalomas if you want, but I love the Iroquois Mountains, and I love the fact you can go up there and you can see the banana capital, and it's got quaint cobbled streets, these pretty whitewashed houses, and this big Gothic church carved out of the rock. It's like stepping back in time. Look at that. That's some of the scenery you'll be driving through heading up to Iroquois. And if you don't like that, head out on a boat trip, go and see the dolphins. Blinding port of call, really is. Then we're going through and to Madeira. And Sean, I mean, I know I always talk to you about Madeira, the hanging basket.
Oh, I'm a really keen gardener, and yeah, the gardens and just the the botanical life is amazing.
It is. The whole island is full of bloom, and you've got these dramatic cliffs that are some of the tallest in the world. You've got amazing views over this subtropical island. I'd love to retire here. The people are friendly and welcoming. They do a lovely local meat called espadada, which hangs off these lovely meat skewers. You're seeing some of the views here of the botanical gardens. If you take the cable car up here, then it's a place called Monte, then you can hurtle back down these wicker toboggans. It's really good fun. You get these people in local traditional dress pushing you, two of them, and they push you down, and it's an incredible experience. It really is. I can't say any more than just to say to you that if you don't enjoy that, then two other things: afternoon tea, like Winston Churchill used to take it in Reed's Palace, overlooking your shipping port up in the mountains, or go Levada walking, which are the ancient 14th century irrigation ditches that are now walking trails that crisscross the island. Amazing.
God, isn't this a great cruise? And then back to Southampton as well. So it's so nice, to know that you're going to be making your way back to Southampton after this amazing itinerary. And the price, it's only a deposit needed, by the way, but the price starts at 1,749. And I can't emphasise that. I mean, I went aboard the Queen Mary 2 for my mum's 70th. It's one of the most important, events in our family life. And this was a ship that we recommended, and she delivered on every level.
She really does. You just saw a picture there of the planetarium. She's the only ship in the world that has a planetarium. Morgan Freeman and Robert Redford narrating on these wonderful celestial shows.
Now, we have got the flights based on London Heathrow, by the way. All your transfers are included. We can also find flights on most UK airports, and that is important. If something ever isn't quite right for you need it changed, we can make that happen wherever possible. And our advice would definitely be to go for an Ocean View upgrade if you can, because you can do that from under £8 per person per night. You've got those great tours included, of course, in Cape Town. I like that one.
Well, it's incredible. And not only that, but once you arrive back, you're arriving back at the end of the world cruise. So as you sail into Southampton, you could be there going, oh, yes, I've just completed my Cunard world cruise, don't you know? Waving the flag. Yeah, brilliant, How good's that?
I would never lie and say that, Keith. Now, our next cruise has been selling so quickly, and when you see the price, you'll know why. It's from Costa. It's under £520, and you're actually cruising out of Venice on this one.
Amazing
So many of
scenery.
you have been booking this one. I'm not surprised at all. And we've got a great single special for you, Keith, at 649 there as well.
He's rubbing it in.
But amazing value. Let's talk about Costa for a
Yeah,
second.
well, they're an Italian cruise company. They're owned by Carnival, which is the biggest cruise company in the world. But they're basically it's cruising Italian style, and they're really big, fun, bright ships. Think of, you know, think if kind of Disney did Italy almost in places with the architecture, because they've got really bright kind of Italian style. This whole ship is inspired by ancient films, by cinema legends, and you've got even like a Gone with the Wind themed Lido. You know, I know some of you don't give a damn, but it's fantastic. It really, really is. You've got a great chance for you to... And this ship's also only been launched in 2012.
Well, I'm just looking, I mean, you know, you can see there.
It's really
great
new.
standards.
And this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's so big, it's so beautiful. 5 restaurants, 13 bars, including the coffee and chocolate bar, which I absolutely adore. Really good selection of different food that you can enjoy. My favourite one's Club Bacco, which is the gourmet restaurant, which is molecular cuisine. It's all about kind of really perfecting the flavour of the food, and it's incredible.
I've just done my first land holiday in years because I was staying with some friends that had an apartment in America. They don't mind me saying this because they've cruised with me before. And, you know, I had a great time, but it was nothing like a cruise holiday, you know, and I spent so much money as well, you know, eating out every
It's all the
night.
hidden things,
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's one of the most expensive holidays I've ever had.
Even a taxi ride to go and do your evening entertainment for the evening.
Yeah.
On a cruise, you don't have to. You just walk,
You don't.
You know.
Honestly, I cannot recommend cruise holidays enough, especially if you can get one at this price that we've got live this Sunday. So, let's show you. It's a lovely itinerary as well. We're cruising out of Venice. I mean, Venice.
Still magical.
Beautiful.
Absolutely magical. Still got the opportunity to sail out on this beautiful ship. And again, you'll be sailing out of one of the world's most romantic cities, the place famed for Casanova and many, many more, heading down that kind of Grand Canal and enjoying the things like St Paul's Cathedral sliding past on your left. Then you're heading to Bari. This is part of the heel of the country, the boot-shaped country that is Italy. Famous for its beaches, its old town, for great food, and also for a chance to go through to Sassi, which is where Mel Gibson set his film The Passion of the Christ. So if you like your film history, you enjoyed that, then head out there and see some of the shots from the movie. Then we're going out to Corfu. Now, this is one of the most beautiful islands in the Mediterranean. It's said to cast a spell on anyone that lands on the shores. Shakespeare set The Tempest here for obvious reasons. And it is full of these silvery olive trees that grace the hillside. You've got lemon blossom perfuming the air. I love it when you walk into the old town, which is magical because it's fortified. You can go into the old British cemetery, which is a lovely thing if you just want to escape from the heat of a day. Just walk around. It's full of orchids. It's really, really beautiful.
A lot of people get married in Corfu now, don't they?
They really do, because it's very romantic, it's very beautiful, very green. If you want the beach, head to Monrepos, about a 15-minute walk down the promenade south of the old town where you're docking. Head to the Achillean Palace for a bit of history. That's where For Your Eyes Only was filmed. It's where Prince Philip was born. But there's loads to do here. Bella Vista if you like your views. OK, then we're heading out to one of your favourite islands, I know, Sean, Mykonos. You're a big fan.
Love Mykonos.
Well, it's a great place. And again, it's loved by backpackers through to millionaires like yourself. And, you know, it's a great chance to go and enjoy the town. And this actual town, Hora, was actually built to confuse pirates. And it's a maze of streets. You've got the mascot of the island, which is a pelican. And you can go and see the mascot, which is brilliant. He's actually got a full-time carer paid for by the island people. I could go and see him. He's brilliant. The island's full of beaches. It's full of these beautiful 16th century windmills that kind of crisscross and dot the whole of the island. And you've got a chance really to head out to places like Ornos if you want to go to a beach good for the family, or if you want to do something that's going to open your eyes. The Super Paradise beaches certainly are fun. And of course you've got Little Venice, the front there where Shirley Valentine was filmed. So much to see and do.
And then Santorini.
Santorini's brilliant. Again, this is your chance to see. You're going to see some amazing pictures here. It's the world's biggest volcanic caldera, and on top of the here are these beautiful, dinky Greek villages, and they've got these gorgeous little sugar cube houses with the blue dome churches. Take the cable car up. We walk back down if you're feeling healthy. Beware of a donkey, because the donkeys go really fast on the way down. They know they're getting fed, and it's better than any roller coaster you can ever go on. Amazing views. Go and relax in the mud springs. Go and try some local sweet wine. Go and try the black sand beaches of Camini. Then we're going to head out for a relaxing day at sea before we hit Croatia, Dubrovnik. This is a great walking city for lovers of culture, for lovers of history. Game of Thrones, some of that is filmed here. And you can walk the walls. It's over 1.5 miles round to walk the walls for some of the best views you'll ever see. Inside of those walls, no cars, just cobblestone streets. And full of little fountains, one of the world's oldest pharmacies. And try some Croatian beer, Kovalako, which is beautiful. And you can even sit in the former Hemingway bar, Bar Noema, and that's where you can try your your bottle of Cavalajo.
I'm really impressed with this one. I can see it's a bestseller.
Well, this is what's so surprising. Not only is it a cheap price anyway, Sean, just for a cruise, but normally cruises sometimes are costed by the itinerary.
Yeah,
and by whether people really want to go there. And these are very sought-after destinations. It's a very good itinerary.
And bear in mind, you're so cruising back to Venice and then your flight over to the UK as well. So your flights are included on this one. A great single price. That is going to go so quickly, as you can imagine, this Sunday. And if you do want to book this, if you book it today, there are no credit card charges, are there?
That's right, until 10 o'clock tonight. Get on the phone, there's the number there.
And the phone number is 0800 781 5458. This is what's included. Return flights from London Gatwick. Again, we can find you flights from most UK airports. Just ask our call centre. Supplements may apply with some of those, of course, as well. And you will get 7 nights on board this beautiful ship. When was she built, Keith, did you say?
2012. So she's only a couple of years old. Yeah, she's very beautiful.
Now, a lot of you might be asking, OK, well, the lead date is the 17th of November, but how much will it cost me to go on to the other dates? The prices are very, very good across the whole of November there. The best price for an outside, as you can see there, is the 24th of November. That is amazing, at $599, and great balcony prices as well. That's really good, isn't it? And fantastic single prices.
Really, I mean, honestly, I'm going to be on the phone in a minute after we finish the show. I'll be ringing them up.
I would love to do that cruise, I really would. Now, we've got an amazing hot pick for you. And this is red hot. I don't think in all the years that I've presented the show I've seen a cruise like this around the Caribbean for $869.
$869. I mean, we always say anything going to the Caribbean under $1,000.
Yeah, it's
we're
great.
talking like $999, a pound under. This is well over £130 under £1,000. 8 nights. It's with Carnival. Really beautiful chance to enjoy this amazing part of the world. And you're going to Mexico, going through to Grand Cayman, and also getting a chance to go into the States as well, Fort Lauderdale and Key West.
And just to show you that, you are getting a night in Fort Lauderdale. You could do some maybe great shopping there as well. And we are going to include your transfers. I know another company were advertising what appeared to be a good deal, but none of the transfers were included.
None of the transfers, which will really catch you out.
Of course,
so again, this is stress-free. What you see there is what you're going to pay, and that will get you everything you need to do. So all you need to worry about on board is your extras if you want to have a couple of alcoholic drinks and a massage.
But this is exclusive to Planet Cruise right now. We've got an amazing price. Bear in mind, you've got flights, you've got your hotel, you've got transfers, you've got the cruise. Please, whatever you do, if you're looking out for a really great deal to the Caribbean, it does not get better than that. Wow. Now, we've got a new part coming to the show, haven't we?
Yeah, we do. We're going to be asking people for their cruising tips.
I think it's a great idea.
Well, this is it, because I know, both you and I have our tips and we've shared those in the past, but we're aware that our regular viewers, and we know there are thousands of you out there that watch tune in every show, Tuesdays and Sundays, that you're going to have your own tips, and it might be about how you save space in your suitcase, it might be about what you do on your first day, it might be to do with what you do in certain ports. You might want to give us a few tips on, certain tours that you've done or certain places in the ports to go and see. So get in contact. You email us at hello@planetcruise.co.uk. You can send us a postcard, and each week we're going to pick the best ones and share them on the show.
Yeah, and do send your tips in with a photo, of course, as well.
Yeah, we love those photos.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
But, yeah, we really would love you to, share your own experiences. Anyway, there is still more to show you, and we're going to move on to Fred Olsen next. A company that I cruised with last year, had a great time. I was really impressed, really, more intimate ships.
You took your mum on board, didn't you?
I did,
yeah. You had a great time, both of you.
We really did have a lovely time.
Yeah.
Really, friendly, great food. And actually, I did a bit of filming when I was there, so...
Your mum was the cameraman, I heard. Did a good job.
No, my mum was the worst critic ever. She sat there and said, oh, no, that's not very natural. No, you need to do that again. Honestly, it took me forever. But anyway, this is my own experience aboard Fred Olsen. Fred Olsen operates smaller, personal, more traditional ships. The atmosphere is welcoming and warm, and you soon get to know your fellow passengers and crew. And although all the ships have their own distinctive personalities, they all share the same great comforts, cuisine and service that Fred Olsen are so proud of. One of the highlights of a Fred Olsen cruise is the superb cuisine. Their chefs are passionate about food, so you'll be assured the same outstanding quality no matter which menu you choose or where you decide to dine. Now, if the sun's shining, you might decide to have breakfast al fresco, or if you're feeling a bit lazy, then why not just have it delivered straight to your cabin? Lunch choices are really plentiful, and on an evening, main restaurants such as this offer a delicious and delectable 5-course dinner. Although Fred Olsen ships are generally more intimate in size, they still offer a great choice of bars and entertainment. They also want you to relax and enjoy your holiday, not worry too much about how much things cost. So drinks prices are really, really reasonable. You may, however, wish to upgrade to their all-inclusive package, knowing almost everything is covered. So whether you enjoy having a cocktail by the pool or a pint in a traditional British pub, you're sure to enjoy your favourite tipple. Although the ships are generally smaller, with approximately 800 to 900 passengers in general, they've got all the facilities and conveniences you need to have a really great time. So you might want to enjoy a bubbling jacuzzi or have a little swim. You may also find classes such as yoga or Pilates in the fitness centre, or decide to treat yourself and be pampered in the Atlantis Spa and Salon. Delightful libraries, card rooms, arts and crafts rooms, gaming tables may also be available, and of course, great entertainment. Olsen offer a really wide variety of accommodation to suit all different needs and budgets. You can choose from a balcony cabin, an outside or an inside cabin, and for solo travellers, special single accommodation is also available. All cabins, though, have interactive televisions, a safe tea and coffee making facilities, and they all have a really nice, warm and cosy feel. Oh, I really had such a good time.
Was that you working out with the exercise thing in the gym?
No.
When you were rolling the ball, no?
That wasn't me.
Oh, I thought it was because they looked good in lycra. That's all.
That was definitely not me. But moving swiftly on, 20 nights away with Olsen at an amazing price, and it really is a trip of a lifetime. Now, I've not been to the Far East, Keith, so talk me through.
Oh, this is an amazing itinerary. So we're going to start you off in Hong Kong. This is a city of skyscrapers, of junks, of sampans, this busy harbour which has a light show every night at 8 o'clock, which you can't miss. You've got the dragon-crested hills of Kowloon overshadowing everything. Hong Kong literally translated means fragrant harbour. For shopping, well, look no further. This is a wonderful paradise. If you like to burn the credit card, this is the way to do it. I love the more natural things. I mean, the other thing you can do here is eating out. You can eat out at a different restaurant every day for 12 years and not eat the same place twice in Hong Kong.
Yeah, there's that many restaurants.
It's got that many restaurants. Take the funicular up to Victoria Peak for amazing views over the whole of the island and the harbour. Go and browse in Stanley Market, one of the world's greatest bazaars. Or just go and look at these narrow streets. They're crammed with noodle vendors, fortune tellers, bone setters, and this endless array of shops and fun and buzz. It really is a city that never sleeps.
And we should say that, you know, the fact that you are there for 2 nights in Hong Kong in a 4-star hotel as well. Then, of course, you're transferred from the hotel to port and you're back at the Balmoral for a 14-night cruise.
That's right. Relaxing day at sea before you hit Vietnam. You've got an overnight here in Chiang Mai, and this is, look at that. That is what you're going to be spending your overnight.
Wow.
It's incredible. It's halfway between 2 historic and magical cities, Da Nang and Hue. Gives you a great chance to go and float along the Mekong Delta and see fruit orchards and French colonial buildings and ancient homes, floating markets, and also to enjoy the Marble Mountains. OK, then you're heading through to Nha Trang. Now, this is the beach capital of Vietnam. The setting is absolutely stunning. Towering mountains looming up behind the city. A great place for you to enjoy. Waters dotted with dolphins and little islands, and a chance for you to go scuba diving. Then we're going through to Ho Chi Minh City. This is a chance for you to have an overnight on board in the former Saigon. It's a magical place. I mean, for me, you know, head all the way into the Rex Hotel. Once you're there, you'll be in the heart of the city, and from there, most of the big sites are walkable. Of course, it was that hotel where they used to have the 5 o'clock press follies during the war, and it gives you great views. If you go right to the top, you can still have a cocktail up there. You can have great street food at the Ben Thanh market, where literally everything, and I mean everything, is for sale. You can, again, paddle down the Mekong River. You can go and enjoy the floating markets or explore the the Chi Chai tunnel network, which is what the Viet Cong used during the war, and it's a magical underworld tunnel
Keith,
system.
it is really nice that we do get the overnight, because you don't want to be rushed there, do you?
Not at all, no. And again, I mean, motorbike is king in this city, and as a motorbiker myself, that's one of the reasons I love it so much. It's an incredibly vibrant city. The street food's brilliant. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea before you then go to Cambodia. Now, I've spent a few months of my life in Cambodia. This has, I believe, the friendliest people in the world, bar none. Sucaville literally was hacked out of the jungle in the 1950s to create this beach resort, and it's a great chance for you to go and enjoy these long white fringe beaches, the wonderful hospitality and food of these people right on the kind of Gulf of Thailand. Beautiful. Then you're going to get a chance to go through and have an overnight again in Lam Shabang. Lam Shabang is your port of call for you to head into Bangkok, the world's hottest capital city. Thailand is the only country in this part of the world that's never been taken over, never been never been, you know, it's called the land of the free for that reason, because it's never been colonised. It's a magical place, the city of angels, and a great chance for you to go enjoy great shows, go and see some of the great food, go to Tiger Temple, go and get a massage by the blind masseuses at Wat Po. It's a magical place.
And I think, I mean, just looking at this cruise and all the lovely ports, it is so nice that everything is so organised well. I know Fred Olsen will really look after the passengers, because I would find a trip like this quite daunting if I was sorting it all out myself, but it's all arranged for you,
But that's why this is such a good way of seeing the Far East, is the fact that you're coming back every night to your cruise ship, you're getting the security and the safety of a familiar environment, and then you're getting to explore, coming back knowing that you've got that. So you look at some of the floating markets, the famous floating markets of Bangkok. This is some of the temples again, and I mean, what can I say? I love Bangkok. It's an incredible city. Go and get a massage. Go on a ride in a tuk-tuk.
I just cannot wait to do this, you know, a cruise like this. I really can't.
Then
where's next in case? Koh
Samui, tropical paradise, white beaches, coconut palms, the Numang waterfall, and of course the famous James Bond beach, which is filmed for The Man and the Golden Gun. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea before we go to Singapore, overnight in Singapore. This is full of modern high-rise buildings, Chinese shop houses with red-tiled roofs, sturdy Victorian buildings, Buddhist temples, Arab bazaars, amazing architecture. It's great for shopping. If you want to go and get some, you know, some great high-end stuff, think Gucci, think Vuitton, and then go out to Orchard Road. If you want to go and enjoy the zoo, then I'd recommend going out at night to do a night safari over 900 different nocturnal animals.
That's amazing.
That's been the best tour in Singapore for the last 7 years. The world's largest walk-in bird aviary, the Jurong Bird Park. And again, you've got things like the original Singapore Walk, which is an Eat, Pray, Love. That's the bird park. And
there you go, yeah.
The Marina Bay Sands Hotel, which took 3 months to raise up and perch on the top. I always talk about this but that's because it's so amazing, and you can look out across the whole of a city.
And we should say, as well as the overnight on board the ship, you do get an extra 2 nights in a hand-picked 5-star hotel in Singapore as well. Wow, all of that. And then, of course, your return flights home. I think at this price, Keith, I mean, you know, when you break that down, you're away for nearly 3 weeks. You've got the extra overnights in Singapore and then the 2 nights in Hong Kong. It's incredible, isn't it?
It is incredible, and Fred Olsen become increasingly known for their excellent itineraries, and this is an example of it at such good value. Flights out of this part of the world alone would be half of that cost there. Absolutely.
And just looking there, you know, we can obviously find your flights from most UK airports as well, and you have got all of those overnights, and only a deposit needed today. And then you've got this to look forward to, of course, and what a great time to cruise on in March, though, as well.
Perfect for that part of the world.
We should say that the ships are more intimate, so it's not as if there's thousands of places available. So if you've got your heart set on that one, do it as soon as you can. And remember, our cruise consultants are ready to take your calls right now. The phone line, it's a free number, and they will talk you through. Now, Keith, I know you're good with your dancing, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I promised the viewers on Facebook that you're going to do a few moves at the end of the show.
At the end of the show. So keep watching. Yeah.
But this one is this one is a special Strictly Come Dancing cruise, isn't it? Yes.
You know.
But I love the show, don't you?
I love the show. Strictly Come Dancing is great. And, you know, they're going to be stars from the show on the ship.
Yeah, 2 dancers and a judge.
That's right, yeah. So you could get Len Goodman, you could get Bruno, you could get Craig, you know. It's going to be a great opportunity. It's going to be a lovely addition to the atmosphere that's going to be created on board. And there'll be a great chance to see dancing, maybe even to take part in some of the dancing yourself in this wonderful theme cruise. P&O, British Cruise Company, over 175 years experience, great family kind of feel on board the ships, always stuff to do, lots of entertainment, be it day, be it evening, great variety of different food, big stars of the culinary world like Marco Pierre White having restaurants on board, Ollie Smith for the wine. You've got, you know, amazing selection of different bars, so if you like your sports, whether you want a bit more elegance and some bubbles and some champagne, really, really good feeling on board this ship. And again, launched in 2000. She's smaller, only 76,000 tonnes, so you've only got 2,000 people on there.
Oh, so she is more mid-sized.
Yeah, she's mid-sized for P&O, which means it's a great opportunity for you to get to know more people. And if you are travelling with kids, they cater for 2 through to 17-year-olds. Which means, you know, they really do look after the whole family.
But it's a real British feel. Everything's in the pound, isn't it?
Yeah.
And, you know, I love the fact that this is the Strictly Come Dancing theme as well, so you might get to meet one of the judges and the dancers.
That's it.
I can't wait for these moves at the end of the show. And the great thing about this particular cruise is that for those of you that don't like flying, if you want to make life easier, it's straight from Southampton as well. So that also means you can take as much luggage. And when you're away for 2 weeks, you know, you might want to pack quite a few of your finest clothes and things like that, but straight from Southampton. And we're making our way over to,
the Azores.
Ponta Delgada, yes.
Yeah, this is great. And, of course, the place you're stopping is San Miguel. Does a very good impression of the Garden of Eden. Portugal owns the Azores, full of rolling hills, expansive lakes and beaches that have resisted tourism. It's a very rural place, full of 17th century architecture and seaside restaurants, great walking trails. Try the local restaurants where you'll find things like fish and shellfish, very moderately priced, and try the local specialities such as pineapples, barnacles, and the local tea, which is grown on the island. Then you head from Ponta Delgada to Horta. This is the yachtsman's island, really, and you've got to go, when you go here, to Peter's Cafe. They always say if you sail to Horta, you don't visit Peter's, you've not actually been to Horta. Amazing place. Just go there when you get off, you'll see why. Then you've got a relaxing day at sea before we go to Madeira. Now, we've already talked about Madeira, so forgive me if I move on. You can watch the show online. You can watch it on one of the repeats and find out more about Madeira. Relaxing day at sea before we hit Gibraltar. And this is great. It's a basic, I always say, as Larry Lee used to say, a piece of Portsmouth sliced off and towed 500 miles south. Take the cable car up the rock to see the Barbary apes, explore the great siege tunnels of St Michael's Cave, check out the acoustics of Cathedral Cave, see some of the local residents there, you know, sunbathing as they do on the rocks. History lovers will adore the Moorish castle and the excellent museum. It's a paradise of duty-free, red pillar boxes, British bobbies, traditional English pubs, and a great chance for you to head out for the kind of Spanish feel as well if you like your tapas, or go and get some fish and chips. The boat trips out to see the dolphins are amazing.
And then Seville is next, isn't it?
Seville, yeah, the Ports Cadiz, which is well worth exploring in itself. Walk around the walls, the beautiful fortified walls, which are incredible. But, of course, most people would choose to head into Seville, and why not? You've got Christopher Columbus' tomb lying in the big Gothic cathedral here. If you climb up the 14th century tower called the Giralda, you get amazing views over the whole of the city. You can go maybe then have a stroll around the park, the Maria Luisa Park, which is gorgeous. Go and check out the Alcazar Fortress, again, a great example of Moorish architecture, or stroll around the Jewish Quarter, which again is quite magical. Fantastic port. I've not even mentioned Jerez, going to see the home of sherry, which you can also do.
Ooh, lovely.
Then we're going through to Lisbon, the capital of Portugal. Bit of Portuguese feel on this, I like this. And,
I've never been to Lisbon yet.
Lisbon, a great city. And as you sail in down the Tagus River, you see so much because it's a very hilly city. And that's why I always say with Lisbon, save your legs, use the trams. The bright yellow old trams that clatter along these cobbled streets. The best tram ride, without doubt, is number 28. Pick it up from St George's Castle, and then it takes you down the Barrier Alto, up the Baxia. If you go on 15, it will take you out to the 15th century Belém Tower, which you'll see as you sail in. It will take you out to this place, the St Hieronymus Monastery, where Vasco da Gama's tomb lies. Of course, this is a great chance for you to try some port, and also to go up the wonderful elevator, which you can do just quite near where you dock. Over 100-year-old, and you can just enjoy some amazing views.
I tell you what, just seeing the clip of Lisbon there, you know, you really appreciate, on a cruise you get to see so many different places, you know, Lisbon compared to the Azores.
You're dipping your toe into so many different cultures, meeting so many different people, and then we're going to Vigo, which is stuck on the snow-capped Monte del Castro, and it's a medieval seaside city, green Spain, even has bagpipes.
And then a final day at sea and back to Southampton. Now, last time I know P&O featured a cruise with a Strictly Come Dancing theme. It was a top seller. We have this back this Sunday, $999. You only need to pay a deposit. And prices can go up, and I cannot emphasise this enough. You know, if this proves as popular as it has previously, prices could easily go up. One tip, we're talking about tips when it comes to cruising. My personal tip would be to stay at the Meon Valley Marriott in Southampton. Now, it works out, we have a special deal with Planet Cruise, so it works out just £70 per person. But that includes your parking and your port transfer. So if you worked out what parking would cost for 2 weeks, and you get a really nice stay, you know, pre-cruise stay at the Marriott. It really does make such a difference.
Your holiday's starting early.
Yeah.
And you get, you know, chauffeur-driven. So, you know, it's a really nice way to arrive at the ship and get taken back.
And, of course, you get to meet 2 of the dancers and a judge from the hit show as well. But we still have one final cruise to tempt you with this evening. and it's with Princess Cruises. It's Princess's top-selling cruise this week on board the Sapphire Princess, and it's a 26-night Terracotta Warriors, Beijing and Singapore trip. Wow.
Been tweeting about this, putting it all up
I
on
know you
Facebook.
have.
It's incredible, yeah. Well, Princess Cruises, great American brand, really friendly, really welcoming, great focus on entertainment, on a lot of different dining options. They're one of the big innovators of the cruise industry, and they've introduced a lot of new things that other lines have copied. The movies Under the Stars is one of the iconic things, where you can go outside, eat popcorn and see concerts and films outside Under the Stars. Incredible experience. They do a thing called the Chef's Table as well, where just 12 of you go and dine with one of the executive chefs, and you get a chance to have the menu and see the food prepared in front of you. The entertainment's been record-breaking and award-winning for many, many years, from the kind of comedy clubs through to live music, through to the singing and dancing shows. This particular ship had a big refurbishment in February 2012, so she really is as good as new. And she was only launched in 2004, but she was built in Japan, and therefore you're going to see loads of little Japanese touches. One of only 2 ships in the Princess fleet built in Japan, so in a sense, this is a coming home for her. She's where she's built, and that adds to the extra magic, you know. You'll see samurai costumes and a bit of, you know.
And you were just saying, you know, you just talk about refurbishments and things. Cruise ships in general are so well maintained, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
They're unbelievable.
I mean, if hotels around the world took their thing, they wouldn't be able to afford to do it.
No.
But cruise ships spend so much money on keeping things fresh.
Well, anyway, you're ready for a trip of a lifetime. So it starts off with a flight to Singapore, and we get an extra 2 nights there in a hand-picked hotel, don't we?
Forgive me, we are giving you a free Singapore Flyer tour, which is this, which is basically their version of a London Eye. That's included. But all we're going to say is it's an amazing place. Again, we've already covered it, so check back online or one of our repeat shows to find out more, or email me and I'll tell you personally. Then we're going to Bangkok after a relaxing day at sea. Then you're going to go relaxing day at sea before you get a chance to go to Vietnam, to Ho Chi Minh City, the former Saigon. And then you've got a relaxing day at sea before you then go to Hong Kong. Again, an overnight in Hong Kong, which is brilliant, so you can go and see the light show in the harbour. But again, we've already covered it. Some relaxing days at sea before we then get to a port we haven't looked at so far, Shanghai. Another overnight in Shanghai. Wow, wow, wow. This is brilliant. One of the most fascinating cities on the face of the earth. China's largest city by population. It literally translates to city on the sea. It's a brilliant chance for you to go and enjoy the Old Town, which is the southeastern part of the city, full of 16th century buildings and temples and pagodas. It's got a great bustling bazaar there where you can queue up for some dim sum, which are lovely little Chinese dumplings. Yeah. You can head through to the Yuan Garden, just off the central square of the bazaar, which dates back to the 16th century in the Ming Dynasty. You've got shady paths past pools filled with these bright orange carp, and these serene pavilions and rockeries. I mean, it really is magical. And you've got different walkways, originally designed, one for the women and one for the men. So you've got a real history here, do you know what I mean? And then you can go to the Bund, amazing riverbank section there with these elegant European mansions. Incredible city. Wow, overnight there, so much to see. Relaxing day at sea, then we hit Japan, Nagasaki, the San Francisco of Japan. This is the setting for Puccini's opera, Madame Butterfly, a beautiful deep water bay surrounded by these verdant hills. As you sail in, you're following in the footsteps of that off-course Portuguese ship that first found it in 1542. This is Japan's window to the west, and a great chance for you to head out, I say, to the monument that it's all to do with where the atomic bomb exploded in 1945, the Peace Monument. Go and enjoy that. Go and pay your respects. It's well worth doing. Then you're going to go through to Busan. This is now South Korea. Wow. This is your chance to go through to the amazing fish market known as the Arts Market, which has been running since the Korean War, run by the ladies. And it's full of shellfish and exotic seaweeds and seafood. Then we're going through, after a relaxing day at sea, to China again, Beijing. And this is where you're going to transfer to a hotel for 3-night stay. This place is also called known as Peking. So definitely go and try some Peking duck. It likes to hide and jump out on you. And the thing here is that this is your chance to go and see so many iconic things. There are tours included here. The first one is a chance for you to go through to the Forbidden City, and you'll walk through Tiananmen Square, past Chairman Mao's mausoleum, to the Forbidden City, which is the largest and best preserved collection of ancient buildings in China from the Ming and Qing dynasties. 8,000 rooms. You'll have a great lunch, and then you'll tour the exquisite summer palace, and then in the evening you go and enjoy some Peking duck. So you get your breakfast, lunch and dinner with that one. Then you're going to go through to a Great Wall of China tour. That'll be the next day. Chance for you to enjoy this thing. It's over 2,000 years old. It's visible from space. Stretches to over 4,000 miles through to the Gobi Desert, and it's incredible, you know.
I can't imagine that. 4,000 miles.
It's amazing, honestly. It's amazing. My best time was 25 minutes, but I was a little bit slow. You know, so you've got this amazing part of the world that you can go and enjoy. And then, after you've enjoyed Beijing, you're then flying through to Xi'an. And this is where you've got another 2-night stay here. And this is your chance to go and see the famed terracotta warriors. One of the most important archaeological discoveries of the 20th century. The figures were created over 2,000 years ago to accompany, and forgive me for my pronunciation here, Queen Xiang into the afterlife. And basically, this is his army that he took into the afterlife with him. They're full-size, life-size, you know, warriors. And you're going to get a chance to stroll through the ancient city wall into the lively Muslim quarter, past the great mosque, these markets, and to see the giant terracotta factory where you'll see these warriors. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. I mean, you know, it's given me ideas for my, you know, for what I want when I go. You know, I'm thinking of you know, maybe 2 million different presenters.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's all matchstick models.
and the final part of this, Keith, is a night, isn't it, in Beijing?
That's it. Back in Beijing for one night before you fly back. It's a magical, magical cruise with Princess, well known for excellent itineraries. Great environment for you to enjoy.
And it has been a top seller for Princess, of course, as you can imagine. And again, when you look at everything's included, all of your return flights, we can, of course, find flights to most UK airports, of course, as well. You get the tours, they're included as well, as we mentioned. An extra 2 nights in Singapore there. And you've got pre- and post-land tour stays in that 4-star hotel in Beijing as well. And it's also beautifully planned. And you imagine you are away there for the best part of 4 weeks, aren't you?
I mean, this really is the thing dreams are made of.
Yeah,
this is something to tick off the bucket list. This covers so many great points that everyone wants to go and see.
And I know, sadly, we are a bit short of time, so we have to skim through parts of that. But don't forget, our cruise consultants are ready. They can talk you through in more detail, give you extra information. And it is, of course, a free phone number there, 0800 781 5458. But we're going to have a quick recap of everything we've seen so far. It's been a great show, hasn't it?
Fantastic. Round the world.
Well, we started off with, of course, Island Cruises. We haven't seen Island Cruises for quite a while. Have a look at this price. Now, first of all, the price is under £1,000. It's actually £949. And that's going to be your chance of being away for 2 weeks. So that's 40 nights. And you've got a great 7-night cruise featuring, we mentioned, Rome and Naples, Mahal, and then 7 nights in Palma. All of your tips, all of your food, everything is included in that price there of £949. They can see all the beautiful ports that you're going to be stopping at. And so then that 7-night stay in that wonderful hotel. That's really good, isn't it? And I just love the fact you don't have to think about, you know, what about my tips? What about my drinks? What's my bill going to be like at the end of this? You know, if you are working on a budget, 949 should cover everything, and an upgrade to that outside there if you go for the lead date. Then we moved on to a wonderful cruise with Cunard and the Queen Mary 2. We're flying you over, of course, to Cape Town on this one. You've got 3 nights there, and then this wonderful cruise back, of course, to Southampton, taking in Namibia, taking in Gran Canaria, Funchal, and the price there is just £1,749. The Ocean View upgrade's really good on that, £8 per person per night, and we've also got the Cape Point and Peninsula tour included, so you're going to really get to see the most of Cape Town there. Now, needless to say, we know how busy Planet Cruise have been for the Costa deal. Imagine this, been a bestseller. For under £520, so £519, we're going to fly to Venice. You're going to have the most wonderful Greek Isles cruise, taking in Bari, Corfu, Mykonos, Santorini, Dubrovnik, and the price today is just £519 on that lead date. And I know we often get asked about single prices. They're not always great, you know, we're not going to deny sometimes you do pay quite a lot extra for singles. Not on this one. We are really trying to get you some amazing offers, and the single special today is £649. But do grab that as soon as you possibly can. The ship was beautiful as well, wasn't she? Then we moved on to Fred Olsen. It's our cruise with them last year. Lovely, more intimate, mature ships, great service, great food, really friendly, and very safe as well. You know, I really felt that Fred Olsen looked after every single passenger on board. And this is your chance of being away for 20 nights from Hong Kong over to Singapore with some lovely stays, of course, on the way there. And you do get a few extra nights. You get 2 nights in a 4-star hotel in Hong Kong and an extra 2 nights in a 5-star hotel in Singapore as well. Really nice that one, Keith, don't you think?
Absolutely perfect.
And a price of just £2,049 per person. Then If you like your dancing, Keith's practising his moves right now.
Dun, 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 dun. Sharon!
We've got the 40-night Strictly Come Dancing cruise to Spain and the Azores. I think it's going to be great, though. You know, it's such a popular programme, and you are going to get to hopefully meet one of the judges and 2 of the dancers on board as well. It's from Southampton, back to Southampton, so no flying whatsoever on this one. And really worth doing. There's nothing worse than thinking, I'm going to be late for my cruise. You know, driving down Southampton, hitting traffic. If you stay at the Mearn Valley the night before, we can do it for just £70 per person, and we will include all of your parking for 2 weeks and port transfers as well there. 40 nights on board and only a low deposit needed today. That one has been very, very popular in the past. And then we finished with the top-selling cruise this week from Princess. And it's your chance of being on board the Sapphire Princess. 26 nights. It's the Terracotta Warriors, Beijing and Singapore trip here as well. And Keith, just looking at what's included, this really is so well thought through and planned, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a great opportunity now for you to, again, see some of the most iconic places around China, go and see one of the best places in Japan, Nagasaki, and also to go to unusual places like South Korea. Very, very rare.
And again, just a deposit needed. Oh, and the hot pick, my word. In all the years that Keith and I have been presenting this show, we always talk about you know, any cruise to the Caribbean under £1,000, grab it with both hands. Look at this one. It is exclusive today, isn't it?
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. A bit too high for me, that. There we go, 8 nights.
How dancing better, Keith?
This is an exclusive, and again, you're not going to get this anywhere else because we include the transfers as well. Don't be lured by cheap imitations from elsewhere. This is great. Look at the itinerary around the Caribbean. Look at this Carnival, really fun company.
I was looking at flights to America this time of the year, and you can be looking at £400-500 at least just for the flights.
And you just got back from America as well, haven't you?
And my
Mr. Jet Setter.
I tell you what, I had a lovely time, but nothing like as good as a cruise. Anyway, don't forget, if you'd like to get interactive, you can tweet us, you can Facebook us, of course, search us on Facebook. You can subscribe to us on youtube.com/Planet Cruise TV or email us at hello@planetcruise.co.uk. Talking of which, you've got some hellos to say.
We'd love to get interactive, as always. So this is a big hello to all the people that retweeted us on at Planet Cruise and at Beefy Keefy. Here we go. A big hello to Dallas, to Shez Jones, to Ian Holroyd, to the Crafty Cruiser, to Angela Brady Batty, to Claire, to Dave and Kerry, who are going on Oasis and then Quantum, to Kate and Nick Tavender.
Hello to all of you. Don't forget, by the way, if you are new to the show, all of the cruises are quality assured as well. So, you know, APTA and APTA protected there. And a brand new website as well. I was checking it out last night.
Posh.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Better than ever. Keith, lovely to see you again.
It's wonderful. It really, really is. I feel like I should pull you into some kind of Strictly
You're supposed to be doing some dancing moves. We're out of time. What a shame. We'll see you on Tuesday.